Past life readings can be fascinating, but what happens when they stop being helpful and start becoming another trap? Hey guys, it's John here in the new studio that's coming together. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are. I have an amazing past life story that I tell. Many of you know me because of my past life story, but I have a firm understanding that I'm not sure I know what reincarnation really is. I've met multiple people who think they're John. I've met multiple people who think they're Peter. And I've over 30 people who think they're Mary Magdalene, 30 women who think they're Mary Magdalene. I would be a complete hypocrite to say that they're wrong because I'm basically saying the same thing. Could it possibly be that we're all just tapping in to the oneness of God and where all those experiences lie? Maybe we are just tapping into the oneness of God, but it always comes back to the idea of who are we now? It doesn't really matter who you were in a past life. It only matters who you are in the present. Oftentimes, many people will take their present moment struggles and blame it on their past lives. So it's the scapegoat for the life they're living. And they say, I must be carrying karma from my past lives. Even that is a struggle because in the ancient times, karma did not mean something you carried from lifetime to lifetime. It meant what you're sowing, you will reap. In other words, what you're putting out is going to be coming back to you. It had nothing to do with over lifetimes and all of that. But people find significance or validation that they have power by having the past life as a priestess, a warrior, a healer, an apostle. And these stories can provide an identity, but also creates new attachments. What happens is there becomes to be this obsession. It becomes an escape from the present moment. And that obsession is I'm more focused on that past life idea than being here in the I am moment. All of the teachers of old spoke about being present, being here in the now. And when you look at it from the perspective of I am so focused on my past life that I'm not actually being in the now, I'm not actually being present. And then it becomes a real struggle because what happens is the only moment of creation that you have, the present moment, becomes a moment where you're not focused on creating. You're focused on what was and the reasons why you aren't now. And those beliefs, the reasons why you aren't now, is the present moment belief that you're not. And that in itself is creative. So it really doesn't matter who you were in a past life because each moment is the pinpoint of creation. And each moment gives you the opportunity to create something different. But if you drop into the concept of fates and destinies because of past lives, you're not going to live into your fullest potential in the now because you are the pinpoint of the creation of your life. This concept of reincarnation, it builds hierarchies. I do not in any way, shape, or form believe I'm better than anyone else or worse than anyone else. I think each one of us is equal. Each one of us is a creator. Each one of us has the kingdom of heaven within us. Each one of us can ask mountains to move and they'll move. But when you start putting people and even yourself on a hierarchy because of past life experience, what happens is you can fall into the trap of putting yourself on a pedestal and being superior because of past identities. And this creates confusion because are you living this life or reliving another? And this idea that you have to relive another or live up to the expectations of a past life, there is nobody in this world who knows everything about a past life. Anybody who's had a regression and had that experience, they don't have the entire story. They have bits and pieces that have come through in some way, shape, or form. So if your focus is continually dropping into past lives, it keeps you from living now. It keeps you focused on the past and not the present. And it no longer helps you because what happens is you are trying to live up to something that you don't need to live up to because every moment is a new blank page that you get to write on. People will often fall into this obsession with past lives because they desire meaning when their current life feels ordinary. They have trauma, so they end up finding something that makes them feel better about who they are. Pain is explained as karmic debt instead of personal growth. And the personal ego, which is designed to protect you from threats, it loves a story that makes you special because there is no threat in that. It puts you into the space of understanding that you are already safe because you are special. You are something that stands out from the crowd. Modern New Age groups encourage this. They push you towards it. They try to get you into the space of saying, well, I was this in a past life.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
I will tell you, when they first told me about my past life, I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't want to be the guy who thought he was Napoleon. I pushed it off until I finally had my regression. And then because I had a personal experience in regression, I couldn't deny it anymore. It had now become my truth. But I don't treat it as a status symbol. You'll notice on my channel, I don't talk about it that much. I'll share stories when they come up, and I'll tell certain things. I'll give perspectives. But it's not about past lives, and it's not about my past life. It's about, what are we doing now? What are we creating now? There's a cost to over-identifying with past lives. That cost is you lose who you can become. You lose the ability to create a life that is extraordinary in the now, because now everything is based upon that. You neglect present responsibilities and opportunities because you're putting it on this past life that these are the things I should be doing and want to be doing. When I first heard about my past life, I was, well, what's my sacred mission? What's all that? And there is no sacred mission. There are no sacred missions that we must attend to. It's be here now. That's what Yeshua taught. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It doesn't say the kingdom of heaven is with you when you were that guy or that girl. It says, no, the kingdom of heaven is within you. I am that I am. Here in the now, you are creating the experience. And here in the now, you have the ability to understand that the past is done and nothing changes back there. Those things that may have happened, even if you had the memories of the past life, they have no bearing on what you do in this moment, because that's a choice. You get to choose in every moment. If you choose that to have bearing on your life now, that's a present moment choice. But oftentimes people will have their regression or have a belief that they have a past life, and they'll start chasing the next regression or readings and validations. Well, their thoughts are looking for validation, so validations are going to show up. This ever searching and seeking for validation of a past life. What are you doing with now? What are you doing in this moment? And you tend to have confusion about who you actually are. Are you John the Beloved? Or are you John Davis? That's why my channel is called John of New, not John of Old. I am here in the now. And now I've taken it to expanding spirit, because that's the mission, to help people find this power of their present moment and their choice of creation. To realize that right here, right now, in this moment, is the only moment that matters, because it's the only moment that creates. There's a deeper truth behind this. Whether real or symbolic, past life images are only useful if they inspire growth within. The growth in the now. Growth only happens in the present. They're metaphors for healing, not scripts to live by. Freedom comes when you stop asking, who was I, and start saying, who am I? And when you answer that question, I am, you are declaring in the name of God the next expression of your life. And you can break past this obsession with your past life. The soul's power is always expressed in this moment. Past lives don't define you, presence does. Being here, being now. Amen means so be it, means right here, right now, it's done. Life only ever happens here. In the one moment that you're conscious, in the one moments that you're who you are. But if you're so focused on who I was, you're missing the point of being the creator in the present. Your past lives may be interesting stories, but the real miracle is the life you're living right now. Don't lose today by clinging onto yesterday's costume, yesterday's hairstyle, yesterday's life. Think not upon tomorrow, be here today. He doesn't even mention yesterday. He says, be here today. Think not upon tomorrow. Be here today. Yesterday's gone. It's moot. It's out of the equation. All the power is yours in this moment. And the past, it's interesting, but it's just information. It's not something you have to be in the now. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.